What's up, fool? What's up, fool? Podcast. What's up, fool? Podcast. I wish we had bells, bro. Like we got mambo.
Absolutely,
we need a cowbell.
We need a cowbell.
We need
more cowbell.
We have more cows and bells. Hey,
Longhorn.
We got Beto Duran here from Beto Duran Sports, ESPN, and HBO late at night boxing, bro.
Thank you. Glad to be back. And you scared me when you did the What's Up For. I've never seen it that up close and personal.
Oh, bro, wait for Rodrigo laugh.
Yeah, man, like Robin Leach, man, right up there, man.
Oh, rest in peace, Robin Leach.
Rest in peace, everybody.
Yeah,
everybody died.
It's a Robin Leach left of the rich and famous. I don't know why.
That was pretty good.
That's the only one I knew, bro. I used to do it all the time.
Champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
I did it one time, bro.
That's pretty
I did
good,
it one
man.
time, bro. I was begging on somebody. Look at this fool here, lifestyle of the poor and unknown. Chocolate wet dreams.
Under the 6th Street Bridge, man.
Chocolate
Emma,
dreams.
are we able to get the the YouTube screen on the video screen?
This is a fancy
At
studio,
all?
man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Little elves in the
if
house,
possible.
Man.
If not, it's okay.
It was way different from when I met you guys at Dodger Stadium top deck.
That little corner,
Yeah, that was cool.
that little nook.
Oh, we
that
had
was
to
nice.
sneak in, and I was so bad at sneaking in.
It was good, though. We didn't have to sneak in. We just had to
Well, we just should have told them. I told them everything at the gate,
Yeah.
which was dumb.
go. And then, did you buy a sweater? A Dodger sweater?
I don't remember, but maybe.
It was
No,
like 3-4
I think
years
you already
ago.
had
You're
it.
afraid of sneaking in, shit. Mexican, we're not afraid of sneaking in.
No, we were there. We sat down,
Not
had a good
afraid.
Black
podcast.
people are good at sneaking out.
But you know
Right?
how Eleanor felt? You said how Eleanor felt when you ran into Dice and her.
Oh,
and she cut the line,
Let's
and
get
then
back
she.
to that. Forgot about
What
that.
Hold on, but
happened?
I
over
know.
That's what
there?
happened. Oh, man.
What were you saying?
Well, how she felt? She said she felt like she just, hit a puppy or whatever she said. She felt awful for cutting in line.
Because we're every time like my boarding pass says primary gold ruby,
Ooh.
so I could get
Status,
I could
man.
get in
Fancy.
line with
it's not.
first class. But even though I'm not going first class, my seat's way in the back, but I get to go with them. So anybody traveling with me can come with me, or take a risk to come with me. So she was like boarding Eleanor from the Comedy Store podcast. She was boarding number 6, last, bro. Her
Yeah,
seat,
group 6.
Her seat is by the
Ooh.
restroom. You're gonna say hello to her on the way to the restroom.
You have to check your bag. They're gonna take it away. There's no more
Where's
space
my
after that.
cane, Eleanor?
Yeah, so
Oh, Eleanor Kerrigan.
I told her come
Yeah.
with us.
Oh, okay.
Come
Yeah,
with
you're right.
us.
She opens for Dice.
I
all
told her
the
come with us. Well, I'm afraid. So she came with us and she got in. She goes, "Wow, man, I feel like I got away with what I feel like I just shoplifted."
time. Yeah, shut up.
She
For
was all
jumping in with
scared.
you on the boarding pass?
That was her biggest crime
Oh,
ever.
jeez.
Right.
So
That's
we're
cool, though.
we're hanging out, fool, and like we see this old ass fool, dog, like.
Very old.
Like
ancient.
he had like some. We see this dude that he used to lift
was like
weights,
Grandpa,
but
yeah.
not anymore. And he was wearing like some shants, right?
Let me guess, he had a muscle shirt too, right?
Yeah, he
Cut off
had a
sleeves.
black tank top, and he was wearing those long shorts, like those
Pants.
cholos wear to
Yeah, the Dickies.
like those cholos wear to go to the gym.
With the white socks all the way up.
Yeah, man, exactly. But he had low socks.
Baggy, dog.
And he had
Oh,
to-
yeah, low socks with shants?
Bro, he looked like he was just ready for a rave.
Oh, jeez.
What's up with those hiking boots, man?
And it was a Dice Man, bro. Andrew Dice
No.
Man. He was walking with Eleanor. And we walk, you know me, bro. I don't care. I get shell-shocked. So I get starstruck.
I told that.
And I
there
said,
he
"What's
is.
up, Dice Man? We saw you in
Was
Miami.
before you knew him?
Adventures
Right
of
now.
Ford
Oh, right
Field.
now?
Pay attention.
No.
Right, we saw him
No,
at
like
the
Sunday,
airport.
dog.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Right now. We saw him right
On the
now.
Sabbath.
So I said, "What's up, Dice Man? Me and Rodrigo, we just saw you at the Miami Improv. You got a standing ovation." And then for your lambada bing.
I had a fuck with
Yeah,
that dude. dog.
lambada bing. And Eleanor looked at us like, he looked at Eleanor like, "Who are these guys? Do I know them?"
I'm gonna go look for neck pillows. Okay, I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for neck pillows. And she said, "Another neck pillow?" So this fool comes back, and Andrew Dice Clay, the Dice Man, he's like hiding over there, like by the magazines, or he don't want to get recognized by us again. But this fool passes by. What do you say, dog? You yelled it out.
Dice! Dice is complete excitement. Unbelievable! Dude, it fucking shook the fucking airport.
Fool,
dog.
You did
This
that?
fool yelled so loud. I laughed so hard, like I was on the floor. I was laughing. This black fool that was working information came up to me with a wheelchair. Sir, are you all right? Like he would have put me in a wheelchair, bro.
Hey, fool. And then I seen the Dice Man go, you know what, Eleanor? That's what I get for being famous. Got lunatics yelling my name here.
Oh, you
said that.
guys
I
don't
can't
know
even
him.
go out there no more.
You don't know him, Rodrigo?
Nah, not personally. I met him a couple times, but you know,
I remember,
whatever.
that's what always forgets.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Got
he's one of those
Alzheimer's.
guys that never remembers.
Oh,
things,
okay.
you
Hey,
know
nice
what
to
I mean?
meet you for the
Yeah.
8,000 times.
so,
But you,
Louis
wait,
CK or
you,
what?
that's kind of scary though to do that to him, isn't it?
nah.
No?
Supposedly he likes
Now
to fuck
for us,
around, dog.
yeah.
So
DL
here's
Hughley-
our take, eh?
We see DL Hughley show up with his I guess
Handler?
his handler. You know, some guy that works with him on
Assistant, yeah.
assistant. That fool look like a Mexican Navy SEAL.
Hughley has a Mexican Navy SEAL.
I don't
It's
know.
a hell of an
man.
airport.
Turn out fucking he's gonna
It's
be
a
Peruvian.
bodyguard handler. You never know. Who do we know? He could be the opener.
I know.
We're
I do
making
comedy, guys.
Because I know, hey man, I'm also a juggler. So, but he was a good guy. He was cool.
Cool as fuck.
So we're talking to you on Hughley, and we're talking to you here. Yeah, man, we just saw the Dice Man over there, man. They didn't want to shake our hand. You know, we're just talking about Dice Man. So this fool's
Round two, dog.
This fool goes round
No.
two. This fool goes
No.
round two, right?
Yeah, dog.
He gets near my ear, Rodrigo. Fuck, I couldn't believe it. He goes, oh, first of all, nobody knows who the fuck Johnny Roque is, right? Right? He's just hanging out. He's just with us, right? By the way, Johnny Roque had a podcast with fucking
Nick Guerra.
Nick
with
Guerra.
Nick Guerra. If you can hashtag, nobody knows who the fuck Johnny Roque is. Hashtag that shit. So, wait, he introduces himself to Eleanor like this. Hey, you want an edible? Like he has edible candies.
You never met her before?
Never.
What's wrong with this?
I know, man.
knows?
Like this creep.
He just walks up and says,
It's like walking up to somebody and go, hey man, you want to
At the airport.
You want what are those candies called? The ones that are very mushy.
Taffy or caramel?
They're like German.
Starburst?
They're like a little bear. Jelly.
Oh,
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Okay.
It's like walking up to somebody and go, you
German.
want a little gummy bear? And that gummy bear come out of your pocket, the last one.
Yeah.
Do have lint on it.
Get away
That's
from
like
Your
me.
hand
the-
all sweaty?
That's like the end of Ferris Bueller when Jeffrey Jones, the principal, sits down to that girl and she says, "You want a gummy worm?
Yes.
It's all soft from being in my
So-
pocket."
So
Yeah.
that's the beginning of their beginning
gummy
of
worm,
their
by the way.
bad morning, right? Running into us. So Rodrigo said round two. Watch this.
No. Come on.
Rodrigo told
He's
me.
like my
I'm
idol.
Relentless.
talking.
But isn't he like me?
He's our idol, bro. Anyway, so every
have
time
to,
I walk
dude.
up to him, if I'm far away, even if he's a million miles away, I go hickory.
Suck my dick and swallow slow.
He never turns around.
Never, dog.
Ever. He's like motionless, bro. Like, he's like throwing arrows. It's like he forgot his material. So I find this dude, Rodrigo, tells me, "Hey, bro, watch this. I'm gonna page this motherfucking name right now on a loudspeaker.
No, you're not.
What's
Yeah,
his real name?
Andrew Clay Silverstein.
That's his name?
Best
Yeah.
thing to come out of Brooklyn since chocolate. Man. So
I'm for walking all sleepy, bro. The neck pillow,
Tired, dog.
and big ass accounting glasses.
He has
Like-
those grandma
He has
glasses.
those glasses,
Yeah.
like the ones
Liz
that
Taylor or some shit. Jackie Onassis.
They're like tinted
Yeah.
colors, right?
No, man. He has those.
It's like the ones you get when you get glaucoma
Oh.
drops in your eye. Or
Check out
something.
Lisa.
No?
They're like
Wrong.
They are.
They're like gazelles, but they belong to that lady, that Henri Ruby.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It looks like self jewelry or some
They're
shit.
like
dog.
covering the whole
No,
face.
his
Yeah.
glasses,
Yeah, dude.
His
Big
gla-
old fucking bug eye
With
glasses.
shants.
His glasses
man.
look like the glasses that Robert De Niro wore at the end of Casino.
Yeah,
Oh.
dog. Like Frank Rothstein.
Frank Rothstein. So I don't know what's going on,
Get
right?
pit bossy.
I pretty much I'm trying to cut my tights here, but I'm trying to disappear. I'm talking to Dale Hughley.
You left me out here with the wolves.
I don't know where Rodrigo went. He was standing in line. I think he paged his name in front of him.
No, you didn't.
Dude, I'm standing in line to check my bag, get a free bag check, and then there's 3 people in front of me. I'm like, fuck, dude, hurry up already. So I go, yeah, could you page your friend? I tell him to meet his friends at gate C12. What's his name? Andrew Clay Silverstein. Andrew Clay Silverstein, please come to the gate C12 and meet your friends. They're waiting for you. And it goes twice, dude. So I was like, oh, dude, let me check my bag. I forgot, dog. You know, I'm excited right now, bro. Well, I start checking my bag. I don't know what's going on, Eleanor. Are they going to take away my status? This is important.
My status.
Where's my passport at? Andrew, I got your ID over here. No. This is big. Dude, what'd you put in my bags?
Was he totally serious?
Yeah,
He's
dude, I'm
worried?
fucking behind me dying. Because supposedly the Dice Man, he likes to play gags on people, right? I'm a goofball, right? Not tonight, dog. Oh, my shit and take off. Ooh, I go there by Felipe, dog, fucking dying, dog.
I don't know what's going on.
Hey, he didn't even know that. He's
Well,
like,
he cut ties with
No,
you. He wants nothing to do with you right now.
So,
He didn't know. So then Eleanor comes up to me like, I know with you guys.
you fucked up.
You fucked up.
You fucked up big time.
You fucked up big time.
And he's all,
You don't know what you started.
all right, you're gonna get it.
Ask Eddie Griffin.
You're gonna get it, okay? You're not gonna get it today, but one day you're gonna get it. I'm like, who got it today, doc? All right. He's popping off at the mouth. How you doing, DL? You want to be on my podcast? I hooked him up, dog.
Yeah. So now
The missing link.
So now DL, listen, man.
Who's all laughing with us, dog?
Andrew Dice Clay's personality and demeanor changed after they fucking made a pin of trick on his ass, dog. Like he felt, you had your pants pulled down or your trunks in front of everybody, then you put them up, everybody laugh, but you go back to your friends and you know you're gonna get somebody.
Oh, hell yeah.
In junior high, when the
that's how
PE,
he
they
looked.
take your pants,
Yeah.
He was
shorts
there,
down.
staying with us, just looking at us, plotting. What can he do? How could he
What
get
can
back
he
to
do?
us?
Fucking
These
Rodrigo.
Mexicans look strong.
But and he goes, you guys. And Eleanor
Big
said,
old Mexican.
Eleanor said, you guys know what you did, man. You got to put out the kid and Andrew.
In a good way or a bad
In a
way?
good
Like,
way.
No.
oh, okay.
In a good way,
He
because
felt playful at that point.
Hell yeah,
He was cool.
He got.
Yeah, dude.
But nobody messes with him, right?
Nah, nobody does. He does a gagging. So he talks to DL and everything.
Okay, keep it a dice, man. He played a trick on somebody one time. We saw him. Remember, he had all the comedians that were from his era mess with Robert Abadaya, and they put all the chairs together.
Yeah.
So he can't walk away from the stage. He has to stay
Oh,
up
that
there.
old guy
See,
from
that
the
was
comedy
kind of
store.
fucked up.
Yeah,
that's
He
mean.
deserved that though.
Those were asshole face days, dog.
Those are
Remember?
asshole face days.
Yeah.
So and then I get on the plane and I pass Felipe and then that Dice man's in the corner. I look at him, Dice. He's like, hey. Then that fool's like,
With his big old glasses.
yeah. And he laughed, dude. So I'm all right, cool, we're good.
Does he know you're a comedian?
Rodrigo was never happier.
Does he know you're a comedian, or you just thought you were some guy?
Yeah, they introduced
Okay.
me, but he's like, whatever. I'm the best in the world. Who are these guys?
So that's his name, Silverstein?
Andrew Clay Silverstein. He's actually named
Man.
after the president, Andrew Clay.
He had just performed in a casino
Tulsa.
in Tulsa, like,
Ooh.
and D.L. Hewley had did a casino too, but it was one of the hell gates, Lisa, where there's no flight going there.
Yeah.
So he had to
You gotta
drive almost 2 hours to the gig.
Deep in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Deep, bro.
Let's move quickly through this.
Beto Duran, what's up, bro?
What's up,
Who you
Felipe?
got on the fight?
I'm working the Canelo Triple G fight. I
win,
will be
though.
there that week. So I'm working for I work for Golden Boy, and I'm going to be doing the online broadcast. So like, if you're watching at home, you can watch Jim Lampley and Max Kellerman. We're watching them, but they also have now where you can buy the pay-per-view for your phone if you're a quinceañera or wedding, whatever. Instead of getting the illegal bootleg streams, you can now get a legit stream that's not going to break down, and I'll be the voice of that one.
Man, they're gonna sell you
for
everything
you.
nowadays for these fucking pay-per-view fights, but they're gonna sell you people buying popcorn.
Pretty much.
It's crazy, man.
And I'm trying to get you there on Friday for the weigh-in.
Yeah.
So,
Weigh in.
That'd be cool.
because you're going to be at the Hard Rock Friday night.
Me and Rodrigo gonna be on the way after everybody leaves. Too.
No, we get the heavyweights up there. So,
To be continued.
Yeah.
How many fights are in that card?
pay-per-view, there's going to be 4, but total card, there's 8. We start at 3 o'clock. So, like I said,
3 o'clock is the first fight?
Yeah, but yeah. Well,
Damn.
they have one. You take a little break. Look,
We'll put a
usually
short
that time
time
the only
motion.
people there are me.
That's how people get so drunk. They stay
Yeah.
for the whole
Hell
thing and
yeah,
just drink in
dude.
between
Yeah.
everything.
It's crazy though.
Crazy.
I wish you could actually go to the fight because I know you're in Laughlin that night. But the Friday for the weigh-in is really cool. It's first come first serve at the MGM in the Grand Arena, and the raza shows up early because they line
First
up
come, first serve, so there's no like
for the
premium.
weigh-in.
Oh, for
Hey,
the
for the
weigh-in.
weigh-in.
The weigh-in is big, getting bigger and bigger every year.
It's
huh?
crazy. It used to be
People
just
party for that.
It's
huh?
because these
It's
people
an
have
event.
they have nothing else to do.
Hey.
Are there bets placed on the weigh-in?
In the crowd.
in the crowd.
In the crowd.
There's
No
also
official bets.
There's also bets being made side if the guy touches the other guy's shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's always
Really?
like, is he
Like
gonna
that?
do? Yeah, I've heard
crazy.
people in the
Yeah.
crowd because you have nothing to do there. So like you could get really close, and so people line up early, and there's beer. This is Vegas, beer being sold all day long. So you get there, and it's a party. There's mariachis going, so it's really festive. But if you guys come with me, it would be cool and hanging out in the back, and you can see what's going on.
Hell
And
yeah.
then as soon as they get off the scale, I'll interview. I think Gennady, I get him. I get the B side. So I'll be on the scale, interview him, and then everybody will be booing and people going on.
After the scale, what is the weight for Triple G?
They're fighting at 160.
160. That's pretty good.
So they have to be at 160. If they go over, they give 2 hours to lose whatever it is they have to lose.
2
Damn.
hours.
Usually it's like if they
Lose
go
2
over,
pounds
but
in
this
2
is the
hours.
fun-
no, it's usually a couple ounces.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, really?
After
But they're already sucked up dry as it is.
after the 160 that night, they probably eat a lot, huh?
Well,
Do they weigh you again at the fight?
for this one, I don't think so. For some sanctioning belts, they'll have it where you can only weigh no more than 10 pounds. But for this one, it's fine. But these guys, you don't want to go too heavy. They usually weigh about 172 to 175.
At the fight?
Yeah, at the fight. What they do is they'll rehydrate. You'll see a lot of electrolyte. People call it Pedialyte, but if you're like Canelo will have the electrolyte.
Suero.
The real one, the one from Mexico.
Yeah.
Not electrolyte. So that'll be legit. And then
Like come on, leeches.
yeah, they hit that right away. Then they go have like a pasta dinner. Like they don't go and like get McDonald's or anything like that. They have like nutritionists that give them the proper
Let me tell you,
Carb,
man.
carbo load.
Carbo
yeah.
load. Next day.
Before, back in the late 80s, remember that boxer, Boom Boom Mancini?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mensa
From
member.
Philadelphia. That fool barely made the weigh in, bro. I think for one of his fight, I think it was a middleweight fight or a welterweight fight. And he was so happy because that fool was starving. As soon as he got off the thing, that fool started eating a big old Philadelphia cheesesteak, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, which is the worst thing to do. Yeah, but if you
He
lose,
lost that fight, by the way.
yeah,
But you should have saw his little fat ass, bro.
Stomach cramp.
He was going eating all fast.
yeah,
dude.
with technology now, nutritionists and diets, they do it a better way than the way in the past. Before it used to be, let's not eat for the week and then go stand in the sun and lose the
Damn.
weight and like don't drink any water.
I knew wrestlers who would spit in
Yeah.
a trash can in high school to make weight.
Yeah,
Spit.
they still
Like
do
that's
that.
enough
Because
to change their weight.
You'll see before the weigh-in, guys are always chewing gum because they're gonna spit. They spit
Yeah.
a lot because these guys have like probably 5% body fat at this point, and
It's all water weight
it's
then,
all
the rest
water
of
weight.
it?
So yeah,
Damn.
so and if you miss weight, you have to pay usually 20% to the commission.
Damn.
And then and then there's
Ain't no
sometimes
joke.
yeah, it's no joke. And you're making $1 million, you gotta pay 200. You
How
can't do
much
that.
spit does Rodrigo have to throw out to lose some weight?
Rodrigo can make heavyweight because there's no limit. There's
Heavyweight,
no
what?
limit.
Really?
Oh,
no limit
wow.
for heavyweights.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Holyfield was 235, huh?
he actually used to fight smaller than that. He used to fight like a 215, 220, but he was all jacked up, rocked up.
So you could have a huge disparity within a heavyweight
Yeah,
championship.
well, remember
Charity,
Butterbean?
Buster.
The big guy who was like almost 400 pounds. He would
About
come out
Buster
there-
Douglas.
Butterbean.
and
Buster
he,
Bug
and
was
he
big.
could fight a 250 guy
Yeah,
or
as
whatever.
long as
wow.
once you're heavyweight, it doesn't matter. It's
Wow.
the smaller divisions.
What's the lowest flyweight?
Yeah, most guys like they're 106.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
Tiny
like a
little
jockey.
Yeah,
Flyweight, man.
like 105. Yeah, usually those are the Thai
A
fighters.
lot of guys from Oaxaca and the Philippines and Vietnam.
Yeah,
they fight.
those guys.
I haven't seen
And
105 since
Africa,
7th
too.
grade.
Yeah, and you see
Wow.
like the smallest
Damn.
I've worked usually it's like 112, and then there's a couple 115s. But
Those
most
will
of the
be-
guys are like between 126 to 140. Those are
I remember in cartoon they have pen weight.
pen weight,
and
Pen weight.
Paperclip weight.
paper
In
clip.
the cartoons.
I never saw that. All right, let's.
Yeah, it'll be good though. You should go. If you go, be behind the stage.
Who do you got, dog?
It's
Tough, man.
tough. Like the 24/7 debuted on
Can-
HBO.
can
They don't like
tacos-
each other.
Can tacos really affect with steroids?
In
Somebody
Mexico,
asked.
yeah,
The
the
meat?
clenbuterol, it's contaminated. So
Really?
Canelo
Is that what
came
really
back-
happened to him?
The story goes according to Canelo that
Pineapple.
he doesn't know what he ate. That he had some meat. And
With all these high-tech nutritionists
Well,
getting
no,
paid.
but think about it. If you go to a
That doesn't count
restaurant,
street tacos.
like okay, if you're at home and you go and you bring your own food, then you're like you know where you're getting it from, right? If you're getting the grass fed, if you're going to Whole Foods, then you trust that. But if you're going to a restaurant, you don't know which cow came from there, right? So, like, could he have done it? Possibly. Could he have? Could he be clean? Possibly.
Right.
But
So it has that little asterisk there, though.
that's what Gennady Golovkin's going off about how he failed to test twice and it was in his system. So it's a lot of back and forth. They don't like each other. That's the good thing.
Who?
Gennady and Triple G
Cinnamon?
and Canelo. They don't like each other. So that's why it's going to be good. And then the thing is, Canelo has a lot of haters that are Mexicans.
Yeah, they love that Triple G
But
fool,
here's
huh?
the thing, though. I figured it out. The Mexican fans that hate Canelo are just usually those Mexicans that just hate everything just to hate. You know?
The hater Mexicans.
The hater
of course.
Mexicans, like, oh, let me go against this guy.
No matter what.
Don't say nothing about Alex DeLarge, bro.
Oh, he's undefeated.
just
Whatever. He
kidding,
hasn't fought
homie.
anybody. Like those kind of guys. You know that. Like, oh, he's not funny. Oh,
Yeah, just to be a dick.
Yeah, or just to go contrarian. Those kind of guys.
yeah, that's kind of.
But those guys react to other stuff, bro.
Oh yeah. They'll react no matter what. Like there's like the Mexicans for Golovkin shirts. Like a friend of mine, Sal, made the shirts. Mexicans for Golovkin. Fool, you were just making it just to sell it, and all of a sudden his shirts got bootlegged by a legit store in Vegas that they took his shirt,
Really?
took his
Oh,
design. I'm like,
dude.
What's
making
up?
swap me shirts.
What's up, fool? And man, I forgot to mention, man, I'm gonna be at the East LA parade this
What?
year. Yeah, man, I'm gonna be the Grand Marshal.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am, bro.
No, not grand. I don't know if you're a grand marshal, but an honoree. You're an honoree.
I ain't going there.
That's the attitude, right?
That's Sunday, September 16th.
Unbelievable.
I even gotta borrow a car, dog.
Somebody from I think J&R Upholstery, that guy that you went to Skid Row with, the lowriders who passed out
cool.
gifts and stuff on Skid Row. One of those guys is gonna drive you.
They slipped the rug out of me right now.
So Mexican Independence Day, you get to
Well,
be
the fast one.
Grand Marshal.
He's an honoree. He was supposed to be Grand Marshal, but I don't know how. I think it was a timing thing.
Come on.
Yeah.
Who's bigger than
Look
you
at
right
this
now?
fool said,
Danny Trejo, maybe.
same fools that used to hate De La Hoya because he wasn't a real Mexican.
Yep. Because he was all good looking, had all the women.
I'm not the Grand Marshal, Culo Culo Khan. What does that rat squeak mean anyways? What's up, fool?
I don't know.
What happened to Ben Affleck this week, bro? You see him crying?
Just fall off the wagon, right?
Yeah, but it's bad.
Why,
Lisa was there.
What?
I
I'm
wasn't
not
there.
but
Did he hook up with a nanny or something?
Well, that was a year and a half ago or
hit
so.
wheels.
He's back.
But no,
right?
he
What's
was
up, fool?
he was
Lady back.
dating this woman who was a producer from SNL for the last year, and then
The producer of SNL.
yeah, she's a producer, and then she broke it off with him because I think he was already going down that spiral. Right, he was starting to drink again, and it was affecting their relationship. Then, after she breaks up with him, like immediately he goes out with some Playboy model, right?
My dog.
But this isn't like I think
They're
she.
just friends.
I think she saw stars
oh.
in her eyes, like. I think she saw stars in her eyes, like I'm gonna be the new chick on the side, you know, on his
upgrading,
arm.
Big dog.
You're upgrading, dog.
Always, bro.
I think she thought she was gonna be the chick
The
on
playmate.
the side, not on the side, but the new one.
She was
Yeah.
upgrading.
Yeah. So,
like that term,
but
upgrading. Ready to
she
shine.
was just like it was just like one of those leaving Las Vegas situations
Yeah.
where she was just hanging out, drinking with him
Absolutely.
for a few days.
Enabling.
He was on a binge.
On a bender.
Bro, he was one of those
Yeah.
binges, bro, like where you're happy, dog.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
they have a
happy
photo of him at Jack in the
Box
Box with her, going like smiling, ordering. He's all, you could see he's ready to go get loaded
Bro,
after
he
this.
has a little saliva that
Yeah.
only addicts get on the side.
Yeah,
He's
like,
ready for the little fucking popping
He has, like,
jalapenos.
he has
Yeah.
a bag,
The jalapeno
had
poppers are good,
puffiness.
right?
You know when you've been when you've been in a good one, when you've been up for 3 days, you're puffing from right here.
Yeah.
And you're like this, you're alert.
He's on this
He-
temporary high where you could tell he's gonna crash.
and he's in
any
a
minute.
good one, bro. He was a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
She's
Well,
young.
like, she's
But
22.
She thinks
what's
she's
going on?
Upgrade.
she doesn't know what Ben Affleck's going through.
She doesn't know his
Yeah, she-
capabilities.
So-
She's
yeah.
just partying with
She's
him.
just
Yeah.
happy to be with a celebrity.
Yeah.
Living her
Yeah.
best life.
Yeah.
She thought she was gonna be in the Hunger Games, bro.
Yeah. Something.
Like Goodwill Hunting.
But yeah, so then the
Affleck,
next,
huh?
so then that's
You put
like
it-
3 or 4 days of that.
I've been coked out and I've been an addict and I've been that messed up. That I'm pretty sure what he was telling her, bro. I think you could be good bad girl.
Bad girl.
For reals, man.
Probably lying all
You
these
could be a
lies.
star.
But yeah, so the last thing is, so after 3 or 4 days of them partying together and
Wow.
her staying at his house.
TMC got him at different spots too, right? And
different
wearing
spots.
the same clothes.
Yeah, 'cause they were
There was
at-
a leather jacket,
Like,
brown one, like
the
brown.
first night they went out, they went to Nobu or something like
fan-
that.
they're nice,
The
they're
second one was Jack in the Box. So they
Got
just
that boiler room money.
yeah. So anyway, the 3rd or 4th day, Jennifer Garner. You want to meet Matt Damon?
No, that's a
funny.
good one, man. I don't know that guy who right there, Hector Munoz.
Oh.
They caught that fool partying at the Raiders Stadium before it was built.
Hilarious.
That's funny.
So what did Jenny Gardner say?
So Jennifer Garner was caught like 4 days after his binge started. She's at the house and she's caught walking out like freaking out and like shaking and crying, right? Because she saw him in there, I guess. And she comes back like half an hour later with some other woman, and they take him. And the TMC's all over them the whole time. So they take him. Jennifer's got sunglasses on in the front. This woman's sitting next to her in the front. They stop at Jack in the Box again.
Yeah.
In the daytime.
He's not,
This
this
time
time
Tacos,
he's
man.
not happy, bro.
Yeah, he's
Those
not happy.
tacos are
This,
good,
he's
bro.
not happy this
Number
time.
7?
Number 7.
I think this is just throwing food down his throat before they take him to rehab.
tacos always
Because
Yeah.
they were on the way to rehab. She's taking him to rehab.
Bro,
His
you should
ex-wife.
see look, everybody who's listening right now live, look up Ben Affleck, Jack in the Box, second time there.
That fool needs to call Jason
But
Bourne.
he's in the back, and he
Crying.
is sweating
Sweating,
and
bro.
crying, and his
Detoxing.
face is puffy.
He's
and
like
he's
this
like,
Sweating it out.
He's like, this, where's my shirt?
yeah, like he is like a mess
Get
in the
it
back.
together, Ben.
So she must have
He's
walked
he
in
was
on
coming
that.
down.
But Garner's who he has a child with, right?
3 children.
Oh, wow.
3 child.
all under
3
12
child.
years old.
Oh.
And so she's sitting there like this at the drive-through.
Yeah, like what? I've been through this shit before.
Like,
you know,
I'm- yeah.
like usually when you have somebody who's been there, a codependent, who's seen you go through in and out,
And she's done.
she's like
She's done at this point. I
she's
mean,
pretty much helping you take you to rehab. And that's it.
she just cares
Drop them off to
enough
the
for
kids.
you so you don't die, so she doesn't have to explain it to the kids. You know what I mean? Like but she cares
That's
enough about you through the kids that she's helping you out. But it is so sad. You could see it. Like she's just done in her face.
You need some tiger blood, man.
Dougie points. Ben Affleck trying to.
Ben Affleck was trying to get Dougie points, dog.
So anyway, yeah, it's a mess, man.
Funny shit made me laugh.
It was a mess.
Today the listeners are funnier, man. What's up with that?
First day of
You have
rehab,
good
man.
listeners,
Yeah,
man.
but you understand, man. Like you don't know, man. Like if you've been there, when you're coming down, it's the worst. Because at first you're all happy, bro. You're with your homies, your friends, but then everybody has to go to their regular lives, bro. Eventually,
Only
gotta
some
go-
fools
So you're
stay
left
to the
with
end,
nobody,
dude.
right?
they gotta walk the dogs, bro. They gotta go take the babies to school. People, and then little by little, people get locked, or people around you start getting locked up. They go shoplift or whatever.
Or whatever. They go
But
shopping.
when you're alone at the end, that's what Ben Affleck was going through. He knows that there's gonna once he gets that hamburger, it's the end. It's gonna be at the end of the rainbow, bro. He's going back to darkness.
Yeah.
And darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, and those people who are partying with him have no idea that this is his.
'Cause, like,
This
no-
is another level of partying that they're
Yes.
not. It's not partying.
And
They
this is
weren't
like-
friends. They're
you
just
know.
people
As a-
partying.
Yeah.
Taking his money and go with
This
it.
is the
Hell
people
yeah.
he used to hang
As
out
an addict, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now,
Let's go buy a motorcycle. man.
Ben Affleck,
Let's sell your motorcycle.
Ben Affleck, if he's not ready to recover, which I'm pretty sure he probably not ready, the first thing that is gonna happen through his head when he sober up on the second day, sober, that's when you start thinking about, should I go back to partying? I beat this, I'm not crying no
The
more.
second day?
The second
Yeah,
day.
but it's still in your brain.
Yeah.
Though. You don't realize it. You think you're just
Oh,
fresh.
bro, all
think you're
that
fresh,
ugliness
like,
is still inside you,
Yeah,
bro.
it's still there.
Coke, PCP, whatever, it's in you. But see,
Your brain is
this
still
was-
looking for
This
it.
was my problem. Like, even though I cried like that at Jack in the Box, bro.
Because nobody goes there sober.
I know. So after I'm sobering up and I'm hearing like other addict stories, I'm thinking like, just that with a crackhead, I've been doing crack 15 years. I've only been doing crack 3 years, right? I'm thinking, oh man, that guy smoked crack better than me. Maybe I was doing it wrong this time.
And what you were thinking also is
Maybe I should go back and do it right this time.
Right.
It was stupid. You know how much crack I wasted? I should go back. and in 3 days,
burned it,
I'm
dog.
back doing it exactly the way this addict told me. I got this time I got a metal hanger to push my
Brillo pad.
a Brillo pad, and I was doing it better. And it's like every time I stopped, I learned how to be a better drug addict.
Wait, when you go to rehab,
Which
you
was
learn to be a
sad.
better one?
Yeah, if
they
you're
talk about techniques in rehab,
Bro,
don't you know?
when
It's
you're
like
hearing-
trade school.
when you're hearing
Like UCLA Extension, they're helping you out a little bit.
Bro, when you're hearing stories about addicts, especially the older ones, they tell you like, "Oh, nah, homie, you're wasting the crack. You gotta push it and then do the other side." I didn't know. After my pipe was too stuffed up, I threw it away, bro. You're
There goes the
wasting it,
bank,
homie.
man.
So that's what you go through, like when you start sobering up.
You also
You
said
gotta fight through it.
You also said that Ben was probably thinking the whole time, damn, I didn't really go out with a bang.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like I didn't have a big enough oomph before I have to go to rehab.
Like
you know?
more.
That's
Midlife
the worst.
crisis, dog.
That's what happens when you take someone into a rehab sober.
Yeah.
Like he'll be like, oh,
Like they
man,
didn't get a chance to get all of it out of their system.
I wanted,
right?
to go,
Yeah.
I wanted to go out there and try to kill myself
Yeah.
again.
But they don't think that.
I know to you it sounds strange, bro, but I'm telling you, man.
And they don't think they want to kill themselves.
When you're an
but
addict, I don't care if you're gambling for bingo or your addiction is horse racing. You want to go out,
Whatever
bro.
you want, you're
You want
gonna
to
get it.
leave it all out
You
there.
want to go out with a ha-ha.
That's where the
and
feeling's
then
at.
stop. Bro, you're not counting.
You want to be empty.
People think that we think in our head addiction is like sports, bro. Where we gotta go out with 10 home runs.
yeah.
It's physical, it's emotional, it's psychological. Damn. In one,
We have to
dude.
bring our guests,
Yeah,
bro.
let's wrap up with
Yeah.
Beto and
We got Beto
you
Duran,
can
bro.
sit
What's
and
your
watch.
email?
My email is
Not email, your social
What's
media.
your phone number?
What's your handle,
What's
man?
your address?
867-530 No,
Don't go through a midlife crisis.
Twitter
man.
is Duran Sports, Instagram Beto Vision, Living the Dream podcast, which you've been on, and the reason I started is because Lisa told me how to do it. So thank you guys so much
You're welcome.
for doing it, and I keep doing it. And then the Yeah Man podcast.
You have,
Keep
you have
living,
your own
man.
little tribe and your own fan
I
base
have my
and
own little
everything.
fan
That's
base.
cool.
It's so much that I've expanded, and I went on Martin Moreno's.
Nice.
Yeah. And
Yo,
I
yo,
realized,
yo.
You don't
Bro,
know what.
I am not
Bro,
ready.
you know-
I am not ready.
Bro, you know how you have I go to your page and I listen to your Twitters. I know. That's how you know you have fans is when your fans get off you and fight each other.
Yeah, yeah.
I fought with someone, man.
Freaking Dodger fans.
Or they want to like design your show for you, tell you what to do or who you should
But
have
you
on
should
also.
do, Beto.
Oh my goodness.
Tell me one more time.
Why are you
man.
posting this? Because it's me. Like, it's
Or,
my page,
or there's
motherfucker.
people that you want to have on, but you feel like, no, you know what, this fool never cool with me. I'm gonna wait for him to ask me to be on. But you know what? Or you get one of his friends tell you, hey, when you gonna have what's his name?
Oh my goodness.
Next week, though.
This
You
is
know
the
who
world
will
of
be with your
podcasting.
show?
You know who does all that? Comedians I've never heard of. Like I went on Martin's and all of a sudden, hey, let me be on yours. Hey, let me be on. I'm like, where are you performing at? Like
10
there's nothing.
followers.
I'm
Not even the follow. I don't know you. Like if Felipe don't follow you, then you're not nobody. I'm not worried about
Hey,
it.
bro, this fool did it. Marco Ramos said Lamar Odom did it the right way. He almost died on the last dish.
At
Right.
the Bunny
Right.
Ranch in
He went to
Vegas.
the Bunny Ranch and almost died.
Yeah, and
That's
he had
right.
a bunch of people there.
Yeah, he did almost die, huh? He almost
He
had
did.
a stroke or something.
He was in the hospital.
Ah,
He did. He took Viagra and a sleeping pill.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He woke up to a
He's
horseshoe tournament.
cleaned up and he's playing basketball in China now.
What's up, fool?
All right, thank you guys. See you in Vegas.
All right,
Long
man.
way from
Beto.
that
Stick
Alita's,
around,
man.
Doc, if you want to leave or stay.
All right, dog.
All right, Doc.
Yeah, man.
All right, you guys ready? So what we got on next? Oh, you want to do these little, the tour dates and stuff
yes.
while they're getting seated?
All right, people. I got my glasses on, so don't get scared. Upcoming shows. I'm going to the Brea. I'm going to Brea Improv. Okay, other shows are sold out except no, they're all sold out because you're listening on Friday. But if you're watching it on YouTube, we have tickets left for Thursday, and we added a second show, 9:30 Sunday. See you there.
I think there's only I think there are maybe only 20 tickets for Thursday.
Okay, there's only 20 tickets.
So you gotta hurry.
August 30th, September
You could lower
2nd,
the
Labor Day
price.
weekend at the Brea Improv, sold out except Sunday at 9:30. Atlantic City, New Jersey, September
push it.
7th at the Borgata. Borgata. Washington, D.C., September 8th at the National Harbor Casino. Las Vegas, September 14th. Laughlin, Nevada, September 15th. Lexington, Kentucky, September 20 to 22.
And then if you
We're
wanna go
bringing
back,
Martin Rizzo to this show.
Gently.
So check it out.
While you pull this, while you push the lever.
Springfield, Massachusetts, September 9th. Check out FelipeWorld.com/tour for all the upcoming shows and secret information. Rodrigo Torres has the Yeah Man podcast. That's still going strong. Go check out the Yo 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 podcast with Martin Moreno. George Perez stories with George Perez and Side Dick Eddie and the other homie. Go check out the Toby Hicks and Jamal Doman podcast, the Dope Dealer podcast.
Dope Dealer.
Also go check out the other our sister podcast, the Drama Club podcast. And we just became co-producers of Ralphie May's
Associate
documentary,
producers,
associate
yeah.
producers.
Unbelievable.
Of the new
Yeah,
special.
so we're gonna get
Hell yeah.
we're gonna get a screener's copy of one of Ralphie May's never before released HBO specials.
No,
You
his
know-
first album he ever recorded. Yeah, it's never been released.
So you
Oh,
know,
really?
Yeah, we got
I'm
that.
taking two good jokes out of it.
This fool.
I paid for it,
That's awesome.
$2,500. What's up, fool? Okay, man, we have okay, first of all, before we get to them, I'll talk about how I know the movie, bro. You know me, bro. I watch a lot of YouTube video. I read a bunch of books. You know, we read those books about the guy boxer.
Enriquez?
Yeah, we read the other book about the Mexican mafia. The guy wrote Rafael, the lawyer,
Tony Raphael?
Tony Rafael, and of course we saw American Me and Blood In, Blood Out. And we have Miklo on the show. We have Gilbert Carrillo, the guy who got the Night Stalker. But bro, I'm telling you, man, when I used to watch YouTube, there was this guy on the show who was talking. His name was Kilroy, and he was talking, bro, and like he was like an old gentleman and very, very, very well with words, bro. And he was talking about changing your life and all that stuff. And then I found him through a gang video that was posted and stuff up. And then, well, you know, bro, I got all into it, bro, his story. And I always wanted him to have on a podcast. And then we talked to Mark. Remember Mark?
Yeah.
Mark from Whitefist.
Yeah, man.
A recovering addict, too.
Was it
Yeah.
Kilroy from White Fence too?
23 years.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
He had 23 years sober, bro. And, but you know, I'm always into like, everything, bro. You know me, bro. And you too, you love every type of, we like the subculture, bro.
The underworld.
The underworld, bro. We like to hear stories from real people, bro.
Yeah, man.
Unsung hero, raza.
Primary sources, Doc.
So there's a movie coming out about Kilroy. His real name is let me try to find. I got my glasses. Maybe you can help me out with
Ernest Kilroy Roybal.
Ernest Kilroy Roybal, bro. not to be mistaken with that politician Roy
Well,
Ball.
it's a political family, the Roy Balls here in L.A. Is he related to him by any chance?
I
No?
don't think so.
No, okay.
That I know of.
Yeah, that name's pretty rare, too.
So they made a movie about Kilroy's life. Is the movie done?
Yeah, we filmed it.
This is Paul.
Yeah, I'm Paul. I'm the executive producer.
Paul Morales. He's a filmmaker, interventionalist. Paul is a graduate from community gang intervention from Project Kinship Sister Organization to Homeboy Industry. We have something in common now.
I know.
Homeboy Industry helped me out before when there was jobs for the future. And I've seen you in movies,
Yeah.
and I've been following you on Instagram for quite a while. We had two guys on our show that know you too. They were on that video, Cholos Eat Sushi.
Cholos try.
Cholos Try, what was his name?
With Carlos
Oh,
Ayala.
yeah,
and-
Carlos
Fabian.
and
Fabian.
Fabian.
Yeah. They're good people.
So you guys get started in the movie. What made you start the movie? Why?
Well, growing up.
Where'd you grow up, by the way? Sorry, Paul.
I grew up in La Habra, West Side La Habra.
We had a guy from Harbor City here.
different area.
Hawthorne, Harbor City.
Yeah, that's over there by Martin, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, Harbor. Where's La
Pedro,
Habra?
no?
Oh, I know where La Habra is.
Right next to Whittier.
I know where La Habra is. That's Orange County.
Yeah.
Right by
Sorry,
Brea,
yeah.
bro.
Bro,
That's where I
the
stay.
first. Let me tell you how I know
Water
La
La
Habra.
Habra.
There you go.
La Habra opened
Here we
up
go.
Krispy Kremes, bro.
Yes.
And and let me tell you, man, when I was sober. When you're sober, you pick up other stuff to do besides putting drugs in your body. So my friend said, "Hey, Felipe, you want to go drive 40 minutes to eat some good stuff?" I said, "Bro, I'm not gonna do no drugs. No, we're talking donuts." So I drove 45 minutes, and I waited in line for an hour for donuts there.
I remember those days, man. We were
We're all
probably
the
there at
rage,
the same
man.
time.
But now there's a Krispy Kreme everywhere.
Hell yeah.
But that was not the only one.
Yeah. Now it closed down, man. Too many of them. The original closed down.
That's sad. Well, sorry to disrupt you with food again.
Hey, I
But keep
love
going.
it. I love it. Yeah, so we started this movie. I've been to the joint, grew up a rough life, grew up a gang member, a shot caller. So Kilroy was one of those guys that he's one of the co-founders of the Mexican Mafia. He was there from the beginning. So he was there with Wedo Buff. He was there from the start. So as a gang member in prison, he was always one of my, even though I didn't know him, he was one of my shot callers, one of the people who was over us, and he was a big name. There's not really many names bigger than his, in the system. You have these guys, Joe Morgan and all them, but Kilroy was one of the biggest. So being as that, getting out, changing my life, through many things, going to school, me and Kilroy became good friends. And this story just had to be told, growing up here in White Fence, 40 years in prison, murder, just
How did I read that he was born in 1939
yes.
and he did 40 years. He came out in 1994. What was he in there for that made him do so much time?
He got busted for all kinds of stuff, but ultimately in the middle of that, he got caught for a murder. Obviously we don't know how many. Yeah, inside Chino, he got caught for a murder, and he did a lot of time this is his words, through writs, appeals, and the grace of God, he got out. And now his mission is to reach gang members. You could find him here in White Fence. You could find him everywhere. Boyle Heights is his heart, reaching people,
So when he was locked up in there, I know when I was watching his video, he was talking about how he has relatives that I thought they grew up, and he spoke to them, don't be so hard, and now they're living in a shoe for like 18 years straight.
Yeah, man, he was there.
Security housing unit, by the way.
Yeah, he was there, man. He was there, locked down.
You've been in
bro.
a shoe?
I've been in the hole. I've been in the hole
What
for
is
a
that?
long time.
What's the longest you've been in the hole?
Probably 6 months.
But is that legal?
It was at
Just
the
to
time.
have someone
It was at the
you're in
time.
total darkness, or was there
No,
just you, a bed in the bathroom?
Yeah, pretty much.
No books, nothing?
You got books. You
Okay.
get books. You get books, and even like when I was at Tracy Prison, which is Gladiator School, where the Mexican Mafia started, after 10 days, they give you a TV. When I was there. Now, in Kilroy's day, that's different, Kilroy grew up in a harder time, I think it was more of what you would picture, So, yeah.
That's not the first time I heard that about Tracy being the Gladiator School, because that's the prison they send you right after YA, right?
Yeah, I went there at 18, 19 years old, grew up, and I remember saying, oh man, you know, you always hear in the county jail, it's going to be on with the Norteños, you know. So I'm waiting to see what's the Norteño, what's he look like, you know, when we get there, and they had the tails and the long hair, right? So we get there, and, you know, it is what it is. It had calmed down a little by the time I got there, but it was still jumping off a little, you know.
I remember, man, when I was I don't know, like I stopped kind of like doing drugs like in the 1992, because I grew up in Boyle Heights, right there in the house, Pico Aliso housing projects, and when I remember when I was in rehab and when I came out, I was working with an old man, and he was from Maravilla, and he didn't know what's going on. He hasn't been in the game for a long time, and he went inside for a warrant, and when he got out, he goes, "What happened?" He goes, "Oh man, I don't know what happened, but I had like 10 little homies and an old homie trying to stab me in there." He goes, "How do you mean?" He goes, what do you think is going on?" He goes, "I don't know." He goes, "I found out there's a green light on my homies."
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm out of the game though."
Oh, from Maravilla.
He from Maravilla.
Yeah. When I was there, and the last time I was there in Chino too, there was guys in there who were from Maravilla, Christians, whatever. You know, they were doing good. You know, they were real. You know, there's fake Christians in there. There's real ones too.
For reals?
Yeah, but even they
Orale.
threw them out. You know, they had to get off the yard. You know, and it was crazy. You know.
When I was in rehab at Live Again Recovery Homes. If anybody looking for a rehab, it's Live Again Recovery Home with Pastor Juan, and look him up. I was there, and we were there. I was there. It started off like a 6-month program. And we were 6 of us, and we were living in the valley. But then we grew. We took in a lot of people from Fresno and Madera, and then we moved to the Saugus, and we had our own little camp. And then we did a lot of. I got my hair cut, dude, from an old dude. He cut my hair with razor blades. I don't know. You might know him. His name is Sonny Ballesteros. He was an old man. He said he won the middleweight champion in Folsom.
Probably, man. Probably. That was Kilroy's thing too.
Sonny Ballesteros?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's an old man. He's a barber and a boxer. He had his hair. He had more hair. He had better hair than us.
Where's he from?
I don't know, man.
No.
I think he was probably by your area, maybe. But he was an old man. When I was in rehab, he was already 60.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he had like hair, white hair all the way to the back, smooth, and a nice little old mustache. And he did the boxing match.
You cut your hair with a razor, huh?
Yeah, with a
I did
razor,
many of
bro.
those, man.
And then there was another guy. His name was Chuy. He was from Clanton. Chuy Jesus Quintana. And that guy, man, we were in rehab. Man, what a sad dude, man. He said he was locked up. The first time he did was 8 years. 9 straight. Got out. He owed somebody a favor. Went back in to do another 8, bro.
Dang.
Man. And then routine, you know. Because he like heroin.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping. That's what
What
I'm
was
hoping
your
with this
drug of
movie.
choice?
Huh?
What was your drug
I
of
wasn't
choice?
really a druggie, man. I was more of a gangster, bro.
Oh,
To be
yeah?
honest with you, it wasn't. You know, I would drink beer, but I was violent. You know, I was violent. You know, I didn't have a drug of choice. You know, maybe a cheeseburger. No, but nah.
What were you into? You were a drug dealer or what?
No, I was just a gangster, man.
Yeah, just like
I was
shooting?
I was a gangster. Yeah, I was a gangster, and then eventually, you know, I went to the county, and then I was in the tank, and somebody told me this guy has to be taken out, and you know, I didn't stab him. You know, we didn't have a knife, but beat him up, and ended up being one of the shot callers that fell out of favor, and that gave me status. From there, it grew and grew and grew until, you know.
What's
the
up?
joint.
What? My microphone went off.
Yo,
Yo.
Check.
Can you hear us?
Check.
was it a wire you touched?
Yeah, maybe kick something on your foot, on your knee.
I'm good.
Somebody got too much bass in their voice.
Can you
That's
hear
me.
me?
Bass. How low can you go?
Just gonna look at the connections.
Well, the stream sounds fine, so it's just your headphones.
Oh, it's just the headphones?
What happened?
Yeah, we
It's
can
just
keep
the
going.
headphones.
It's just the
I can keep
headphones.
going opposite.
Okay, it's the recording. Okay. What's up, fool? Okay, thank you, Alex. They say it sound good.
There we go.
But you were born in New Jersey?
Yeah.
How'd you make it out to LA?
It's a long story, but to shorten it up, my dad was a journeyman operator for a glass company. Glass company started closing because of aluminum and plastic, and we first moved to Texas, then to Pennsylvania, graduated Pennsylvania, where Mike Piazza
Yeah.
played ball there in high school in Phoenixville, and then came out here when I was 20, and I got into gangs and.
So you're Mexican or Puerto Rican?
No, I'm Mexican. I was the only Mexican in a Puerto Rican town in Dover. Yeah. Yep.
What made you get into acting?
I was doing drugs and doing all kinds of bad things. I was in music for a long time. And
You were a rapper at one time.
Yeah, and I got clean. I still wanted to do some type of entertainment. Got involved with Sons of Anarchy. My friends had a car club with techniques in Baldwin Park, and got on there and then started taking classes because I wanted to expand instead of just doing background work. So, yeah, it was 2011. And I've been doing some things after that. Got on Shameless, and so I've been doing some good things.
Real cool.
Kilroy, first lead. So
How'd you get into like the film industry?
As far as what?
How'd you get started? Like, what was your first documentary?
Oh, our first documentary, I think, was I've done a lot of little films, but then I did a documentary on Kilroy. I did a documentary that's done, whatever. And that could be gotten through Homies Through Christ, straight directly through Kilroy. I've done casting with Justin Chon of the Twilight series for the movie Gook. I went to Sundance. I helped do the casting there. I got the Latino actors, and that's a whole nother story, and just always been, I was never in the cliquish media crowd.
Yeah.
But, I've always been kind of like into it, And this movie, what we hope to do with Kilroy is going to be the most, like a lot of the movies you say, Blood In, Blood Out, American Me, they're not like based on reality. Like they have the Mafia starting like later.
Later.
They're starting it like they have the wrong guys starting it for the first place. So ours is going to be like probably the most accurate movie that's ever been done on the story, on the movie. We try to keep as accurate as possible with myself, and then my co-executive producer's he's like an expert on the subject also. So we're not trying to disrespect no one, but we are trying to tell a story of hope. We're getting to the ugliness. We're telling Kilroy's story the way it was, the ugliness, and when he became a Christian, we're showing that too. We're not cutting out nothing. We're going to be real and
faith-based film.
Yeah, and some political correctness, people might not like it, but we show
of
the bad and the Christian stuff.
Duke of Earl kind of had a little
I love
Christian
Duke
twist
of Earl.
to it.
Right.
To it. in
I
the
love
end.
Duke of Earl. He died at the end.
Remember that?
And that was the whole thing
Yeah.
to try to get up out of that life.
That's the reason I'm with a white girl right now, because of all the homies.
Oh, darling.
They show the change, from the darkness to the light. And
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I
if
did
the
it.
Cholo can have a white chick, I can have a white chick.
That's right.
And how did you guys link up?
We've always been seeing each other, actually, like some family groups in the church and stuff, meeting together as filmmakers and actors and stuff. And then there was another film that I saw him do, and, just bumping into each other here and there. And he hit me up one day and wanted to do Kilroy, and was, offered me an audition for that.
Yeah, we
Got it.
the first time we met, we were at a thing with Michael Pena.
Oh, yeah. Well, at that function in L.A., it was just right there, like a
And I go,
rampart
that
around
guy
there.
looks
yeah.
like Kilroy. We didn't know each other yet.
Wilson.
But that guy looks like Kilroy.
Yeah.
And then who would have known years later, I Papa Pilo's pizza in Anaheim, best pizza around. I did a casting.
Shout out.
Yeah, I did a
Give me a
casting,
slice.
and he was the first one we auditioned, and he killed it. And from there on, I had to tell a lot of Wilson's friends who were hoping for the part two that Achale, the first guy got it, Wilson killed it, and he was a guy, and I'm so glad because integrity, honesty, and he memorized the whole script. He came to set, memorized the whole script. He didn't even have to give a paper, bro. So that's a pro.
Yeah.
Did you do anything?
Good for you.
Did you do anything extra to prepare for the film, like background or
Well, I talked to Kilroy, and then I
personality?
did research.
The way he walked, you got his mannerisms and all that.
Yeah, I did a little bit. I didn't do
Did
too
you add a
much.
little bit of your own Wilson's
Of course, I did.
pizzazz to it?
Yeah, because I've been around and I've seen some things, and I grew up in didn't grow up, but I hung out in Boyle Heights in the Ramona Garden Project, so we're very close to each other. So definitely, I used what I knew, my unique technique, as my coach tells me, and put it together. Try to put away the accent I have, a little East Coast accent I have. Try to keep it more subtle, but that's it. Yeah.
Somebody said Charles Wilson, the prime suspect, said, "What's up?"
Oh, the prime suspects. So what's up? What's up? That's the old suspects. We was in a group called the Suspect Nation. So
That's tight.
shout out to the suspects.
There you go, bro. Now you know his rap name. Because that guy over there, Alex Castañeda, he wanted to know what your rap name, and then the prime suspect got on.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I used to be called Lefty.
Lefty, bro. You got it?
Yeah, no more Lefty though.
How long?
Righty.
How long does this film take to film?
We did it in about a month and a half.
Whoa,
About a month and a half.
12-hour days?
Yeah, we did, but we did weekends because we had a huge cast of for us, for an independent film, like 70 people. I mean, you have 70 inmates coming in one day.
Wow.
You need to get everybody there. Not everybody could be there on a Monday or a Tuesday. And a lot of the people, we're all friends. Like everybody, the community, Emilio, everybody knows each other, right?
Noe G.
So exactly, he's the only one that wasn't in it, huh?
He would have been perfect. He's also a born again
It
Christian.
would have been Hector.
Yeah,
Hector
man.
again.
So, Paul, did you run into, or do you think you'll run
Tekashi said,
into
what's up? 619.
any problems like with that happened with Edward James Olmos and American Me?
No.
Stuff like that where these original members or these other members get mad at you talking about this.
Like when I talked to Kilroy, we did it specifically to reach kids, to reach youth. That the gang members, specifically in Boyle Heights and in my area where I grew up, that they would see that
you
there's
grew up in
another
Boyle
way.
Heights?
No, I didn't grow up in Boyle. Kilroy, yeah. So I haven't ran into nothing, and I think a lot of the stuff with Edward James almost could have been avoided because
I think it's because of the fictionalization. Of it.
They had Cheyenne getting killed by his own people. They had Cheyenne getting.
Yeah, you're right, because that didn't happen.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff didn't happen.
And I read that on the bio about Kilroy that whole thing could have been avoided, and because it happened that the whole beef started between North and South over shoes, right?
Yeah.
Tell us that story.
It happened kind of before that. There was the Sureños, the guys from the South, always kind of looked down to the guys in the North. It was always a thing. They didn't. I mean, not all of them.
Farmers, huh?
Not all of them.
You
Not
think
all
because
of
they
them.
were paisas?
No, farmers. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know the word, but they kind of looked down on them. But don't get me wrong. There was guys from up north who were in the MA too, who were in the Mexican Mafia. But for the most part, they didn't like them. And eventually, when you get bullied so much, they want to come back.
Yeah.
They want to come back. And so one day, one of the Sureños, one of the MA guys, was passing by a cell, seeing some shoes, took them. And they happened to be to a Nuestra Familia guy, the Northern Mafia. Took the shoes, went and gave them. They didn't fit, so he gave them to some guy named Robot Salas, who everybody knows. Trejo knows this guy. He's dead now, but
Robot Salas.
Robot Salas gave it to Robot. Gave him to Robot. Robot's in the yard, and then the Northern guy sees, hey, those are my shoes, and confronts him. And then those are my shoes. We're gonna get down later. And Robot just went back and got a knife and took care of it pretty quick. And that's kind of like how the North-South. And then Kilroy, his part is that they knew something was brewing, so they locked him down. They locked him down because he was one of the shot callers, so they locked him down before he could get involved, stuff like that.
Shoe Wars.
The Shoe Wars, man, that's big. There's a book called The Shoe Wars.
The Shoe Wars.
The Shoe Wars by Mundo Mendoza.
Mundo Mendoza, you have him in the movie. He played by Big Dog Mario.
No,
right?
he's Mundy. He's Mundy.
Yeah. We had Big Mario here on the show too.
I seen it, man. I followed the podcast. He did good. That was fun.
So okay. Shout out to Big Mario, Big Dog. He was a guest on the podcast. He's also in the movie.
Yeah,
Mariano.
Yep.
Wow, man, that's crazy that over the shoes and stuff.
Yeah, man, and it went on,
and then I read that that the original guy, one of the guys, he wanted to make a peace with North and South.
Well, that's Cheyenne.
Oh, yeah. Cheyenne.
Cheyenne's one of the originals
Cheyenne
too.
Cardenas?
Cardena, yeah.
Cardenas?
Cheyenne Cardena. He wanted to make a peace treaty. We touched that. We touched the shoe war. We touch on that in the movie too.
That's very sensitive.
Yeah, we touch on that in the movie, and we show a conversation that Kilroy had with him. That Kilroy didn't agree. He's like, "Bro, you're your own man, but go ahead, go ahead. But I don't agree with it. Be careful." Yeah,
being that that's an actual history and event. Did you guys try to keep it exactly the way it happened?
Or
you had a little Hollywood twist, keep everybody happy.
No, it's close, but what it is, he got thrown off the tier,
Whoa.
He got stabbed in real life. He got thrown off the tier. So,
By his own homeboys or other fools?
no, by the northern guys. His own
Oh.
cousin, actually, too.
Set him up, huh?
His own cousin. He went down there. His own cousin was one of the northern guys and threw him off the chair. We try to stay close, bro, but, you know, what we do, like, there were so many prisons over so much time.
You guys shot actual in prisons?
No, we shot at a movie studio.
Okay.
At, it's called, I forget, in Anaheim. Oh, man.
Oh, Silver Streams.
Silver Dream
Silver
Factory.
Dreams Factory.
So in other words, like, this happened in Folsom, this happened in Quinton, this happened in Tracy, this happened in Soledad. So because of that, it would be too confusing to show all these different things. So we just kind of kept it more in one prison, so to speak. You know, almost. Not really, but, you know, to keep it as simple as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So at the starting of the movie, it's going to
Yeah.
say, like, for the movie, you know, that's the only thing you're going to see different. You know, because now we're at Folsom, now we're at Quinton, now we're at Tracy. It would be too much for a movie, you know.
Did you find it difficult to direct a movie? Because I know there's a lot of pressure on you for this movie.
Yeah, it was hard. There was a time we were filming Saturday.
You ever like bump heads with Wilson over acting skills?
No.
Maybe he want to do it this way.
No,
It's Ramirez, like Richard.
Yeah.
no, bro. Wilson's a pro, bro. Anybody out there needs the most professional actor I've ever worked with.
Thanks, man.
Seriously, is Wilson.
I got no money on me right now.
Nothing to say about
$5
other
Starbucks.
actors who go to 4 years and pick up a fine arts degrees. Why is it that comedians and people with a rough background can act?
Because we've been lying the whole time. Been lying. Great actors, right?
Answer.
I just needed to get a little
Lying.
technique in, and that was it. Yeah, thank God.
If you guys want to join the Wilson Antonio Ramirez acting class,
Yeah. Just do some
it's called
dope.
We're Pretending.
Get loaded, and you'll be fine now. But yeah. I think the main thing for the movie is that it's in all respect, and it's faith based, and it's the only reason why, because I didn't want to offend, anybody, any of the big homies, and nothing like that. And I definitely wanted to keep it as true as possible, and that's what the directors did. And I was glad, because I think it's a good movie, because like I said, it talks about light, the dark into the light, and it's a message. It's not just like the ugly, and that's it. He changed, and a lot of things could have happened to Kilroy, and things didn't. And I think it's because a higher power that I like to call God came in and eased things and made things great.
What happened to that dude? Did he end up debriefing or like
Who's that?
No.
Kilroy?
No, he
Or
never
he-
debriefed.
Never did.
Never
That's
did.
one of
He
them.
never
You
did
got
That's
the-
another
these
reason why I
guys-
liked him.
He was on in 1994, right?
Yeah, 1994.
40
him,
years of his life.
Yeah, him, Big D.
How old was he?
Art
when he came
Blahos,
out?
Bobby Bastillos.
63, right?
I want to say in his 50s.
Yeah, because he's like
He's
70.
80 now.
He's
Almost
80.
80, right? Yeah. 80.
He's 80.
Well, it's like in Shawshank when they say they're gonna take you do life. That's what they do is take your life.
Yeah. And
When he came out a little angrier to society. Did you want to go back to his bad ways, or you were
Yeah.
confused about going good or bad?
No, what happened is there was inner fighting between the old guys and the young guys. A lot of the younger guys were a lot of the older guys were being hit and stabbed, and Kilroy, called out a few of them, and one of the younger guys stabbed him, and he ended up, they ended up shipping to Pelican Bay. Once you're in Pelican Bay, you can't really get to people because you're locked down 23 hours a day, So when
You been there?
No, I haven't been to Pelican Bay.
That's it over there by San Pedro under the port, right?
No, that's over by Oregon, the Oregon border. in
Pelican
California.
Bay.
Yeah,
I always thought
Pelican
Pelican-
Bay. I'm sorry. What did I say?
I don't know.
But anyway, so he got out and he wanted to take care of business, take some heads, and Kilroy was that type of person. He didn't cross. And but what happened one day? He was all strung out, and a little old lady came up to him and preached the gospel to him, and from that day forward, that changed his life. Jesus changed his life. That's all it was.
Now, being that way, you're not even supposed to get out of that life, right?
No.
So what happened with that?
He-
How was he able to transition?
He to him it was blood in, blood out, and
Right.
it's his words. I'm out because of the blood of Jesus Christ. So he says when you really serve God, that God's going to put a hedge of protection over you, and protect him. So by that time, though, when he got saved, there was already another original member of the Mexican Mafia named Donald Garcia, Big D, who was saved. So Kilroy just followed into that. And now he has another guy, Purdy Bob, there's Art Blahos, Conejo from East LA. There's all these guys that are out of the Mafia serving the Lord on the streets.
Our
And these are-
Bloodhouse
I know
has a
these
story
guys,
like that
yeah.
too. He had a story that they came up to him when he was preaching, and they told him, "All right, but if you change, we're gonna come back."
All right, that's what.
And that's
So
you know,
there's like a
but
level
they
of
gave him,
respect
yeah.
because
And to top it off, they didn't debrief. They never told. These guys never rolled on their friends because they felt that it wasn't their job to be a cop. Their job was to tell people about Jesus. Their job wasn't to tell what they did in the past or rat on their friends.
Right.
Now you got other guys like Boxer Enriquez, Mundo Mendoza. They testified against the Mafia, put Joe Morgan away, peg leg. They put him away, but to them, but don't get me wrong, Mundo Mendoza, he testified whatever, but he was one of the biggest killers in the Mexican Mafia, man. He was a stone cold killer. Probably killed more than anybody except Robot. So he works with the feds now, but I mean, that guy's wrote a lot of books. If you want to do a lot of history on Mundo Mendoza.
and that was again to kind of save his life, right?
Yeah,
In a
yeah,
sense.
but he also became a Christian. So he said God changed his life. I mean, I never met the guy, but I know friends who know him, and so supposedly he's the real deal. He's really walking with God. You know.
Is that true that Joe Morgan, they should transfer him by helicopter because he was a risk? They're trying to kill him.
You know, I don't know about that, but I know they transferred for a trial. They transferred some of them called the Dumbo drop.
I remember that.
Yeah, they took a couple
I
of
read
them,
about
but I was in Corcoran. I was in Corcoran. I was one of the shot callers. I was there when Joe Morgan died. You know, when Joe Morgan was in the hospital.
He had cancer, right?
Yeah, stomach cancer. They brought him down from Pelican Bay, and they brought him in an escort. That's why I bring it up. They brought him in an escort, and I was there when he died. And when he died, it was just like another day there. Like, you know.
Is he buried in Boyle Heights or buried in a prison
You
yard?
know, I don't know. I don't think he's in a prison yard. He had loved ones, bro.
Wasn't he? He's a Maravilla, right?
Yeah, I think he was from Maravilla. Yeah,
He was like Latino and
or one of the flats. I
and
forget.
Russian, right?
Yeah, something like that.
He's a full-on white boy, though, right? Wasn't he? No Latino.
He was Yugoslavian
Yeah.
or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
When did those shoe wars go down? What year was that?
Shoot, I want to say the mid '70s.
When was the Mexican Mafia started?
Probably the idea was in 1958. The idea.
Was that in
the
Folsom?
idea? No, that was Tracy.
Tracy?
That was in Tracy.
There's an old, I guess there's an old tattoo or an old, when you look up the Mexican Mafia, it's an old thing. And that thing has a cross on it.
Yeah, I know what
There's
you're talking
a
about.
lot of names, and Kilroy's name is on
Yeah.
it. But those guys are the original guys, huh?
Most of them.
Because some of the neighborhoods, I don't think they exist. Like Vicky's Town.
There was one guy from Colton,
It's
too,
still,
right?
it's still,
yeah. Old
I think
school.
it's still,
Yeah,
yeah.
Vicky's Town or, and
Yeah, Fickett's still on there?
Yeah, Fickett's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually know a guy from Fickett named Borunda. Have the last name, Borunda. He was a stoner and a cholo.
Yeah.
Right.
And you guys are shopping this movie, not shopping. You guys are going to show this movie in churches first, right?
Well,
or
what
that's
we're
your
gonna do
plan,
is what we're gonna do.
like the Tyler
This is,
Perry
where,
way.
this is where we're at. We're with the distributors right now, right? The editing's just getting done, right? We got some killer guys from Long Beach, some black dudes doing it. They're awesome. They're gonna finish it up, and then from there, we need to decide, like, you know, because we're not Stephen King. We don't have multi-million dollars. What's best for us to do a little, you know, some theaters, or to go straight for digital. You know what I mean? Like for us, financial wise,
Throw it in film festivals, maybe?
probably not.
No,
Probably
too
not.
hardcore.
Yeah, I think either way we get it from both sides. You know,
This is gonna be a
But-
movie or a documentary?
Movie.
A movie.
It's a
feature film.
because he's
Movie.
playing
it's
Kel.
gonna be 2 hours.
Nice.
And 2 hours, and then, you know, we think about it like this. Kilroy was involved in from the start to now the Mexican Mafia, so we couldn't cover all that time. And so, you know, Forrest Gump, he was here,
Yes,
he was
yeah.
there, different generations. That's how we're kind of doing the movie, and we're gonna have a voiceover by a certain celebrity that I can't say right here.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna do the voiceover. That's gonna carry it on from generation to generation.
Orale, what happened to
And
Kilroy?
I was gonna ask,
Orale.
You're too good, bro.
Oh,
The story
man.
takes place in 1949 in Boyle Heights.
what were the other things that kind of
That's
got
perfect.
Edward James almost in trouble?
Where they showed Cheyenne, one of
Right,
the
those
founders,
two
getting
things.
raped.
And that other one
that
with
never happened, bro.
passing the drugs?
Also,
Or is that baloney?
I think up until then, nobody knew that was happening. Maybe. I don't know.
Knew what was happening.
Well, there were certain things
the
like
drugs.
The drugs,
The
yeah.
smuggling of drugs.
yeah, like the Italian mafia. It was never. It was always hush hush.
so he gave away too many secrets. of
Yeah.
the
So there was
operations.
so there was actual an Italian mafia here at one time in LA.
There still is, man.
Was the real? I know there was one.
The Milano family.
There was ones. I know that there's I read because you guys remember? Do you remember Chief Daryl Gates,
Yeah.
Yeah.
LAPD?
Of
Lincoln
course.
Heights.
Well, I read his book for some reason. I read the whole book, and he said that there was a mob, but that mob here in LA was real small, but very strong. Like whenever a new mob guy move in from New York trying to come in and start any kind of money making deal, that guy Mickey Cohen, he would have that guy beat the crap out of him, put him back on a plane and send him back to New York. Every time an Italian guy moved to LA, Chief Daryl Parks would send his goon squad. I don't know if you guys saw that movie with Nick Nolte where he's just beating up a bunch of fools in that movie LA Confidential, and he just beat
Russell
up.
Crowe.
That really happened. So
Russell Crowe. Yeah.
these cops will just beat up Italians that will show up, so they won't start no crews in
Right.
LA because they had a crew, and that crew was the Italians and the LAPD.
Yeah. Yeah, I was busted with a mobster from here. His name was Mike Rosatello. He's passed away now. He's buried over in Palm Springs. And you had Jimmy the Weasel Fradiano, the book The Last Mafioso. They were all out here. So they called them the Mickey Mouse Mafia, but they were hardcore.
So that what happened in American Me when they went to go speak to the Italian guy at his house, that was actually real. There was actually a heroin dealer that was from Italy.
I'm not sure about that, but one of the mobsters I knew who's passed away now, he was connected with the
It's been
Mexican
hush
mafia.
hush. You never really hear about the LA Mafia, huh?
No,
Yeah.
well, if you look at Little Italy, that's Chinatown now.
Yeah, if you look them up, they were called the Milano family. I'm sure the family's still around. I think Pete Milano. Yeah, if you Google them, that's the name. I'm pretty sure.
I'm 11% Greek Italian. Me la pelas.
Yeah, there's only one. There's that little Italian
Es un
restaurant.
marrón.
There's that little Italian restaurant, the East Side Deli or
yeah.
whatever. And
that's
that's
right.
right next to Chinatown. I think it might be the last Little Italy place that's left, right?
Yeah, because during when World War II, when they were like gathering, when World War II happened and Mussolini got involved, there was a backlash against
Yeah.
Italians and
In
Chinese
LA.
people and Koreans and Japanese people. So a lot of the restaurants closed down. The original one that was supposed to be in Chinatown was the something turtle. It used to be right there where the gas station is in Chinatown. It was called something.
The one that looks like Spanish Mission style.
Yes.
I like that little place.
Because they used to
It's
be
been abandoned for
abandoned
years.
forever. There used to be photos of Tommy Lasorda. We look it up. So what's up, fool? Rodrigo, what you got, dog?
Chilling, man. September 11th, Riverside, California. Viva los jokes.
Nice.
Brea.
So do you do testimonies or before ever, like at churches? You talk about your whole story.
Oh, it's funny. We just talking about that. My friend Mariano, Big Dog, he had a testimony that I was gonna be involved in, and I had to work on myself a little bit with my character defects. So I'm back on working my stuff again. But yeah, so when we get the chance, we love to share and stuff. And I got more stories to help people get,
You were also an addict.
yeah,
What was your drug of choice?
everything. But
Well, getting back, you
Cocaine,
You heard us talk
blow.
about Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
You've been through that, right?
I was relating to everything you were saying.
But
All the come down.
For our
the-
friends who are we got listeners here
We have people who reach out.
who
about-
reach out
yeah.
and always ask me, Felipe Esparza, I go, I know that you're recovering. I just did some crack. I'm trying to stop. This is what I tell them. I said, listen, right now, only me and you know this. He goes, maybe you should go into a meeting right now if you want to, or don't use tomorrow, and then the next day don't use again, but walk into a meeting one day, get some help.
Yeah.
But what Ben Affleck was going through, we all go through that, right? The ups,
The calm down,
crying,
yeah.
eating Jack in the Box.
Yeah. This the things I've been telling myself, and it's gonna sound. I've
What
been
helps
telling-
you?
Well, I've
What's
learned because I'm actually paying attention. Because for a minute I wasn't doing steps anymore. I was just dry,
Dry is bad.
Yeah. So I learned that I got to be accountable. I have to have transparency, limitations, people, places, and things, associations, and I have to be open-minded, and I can't be overconfident. And when I'm overconfident, like you were talking about Ben being like in like 2 days, and then you like you got it again, you start feeling that itch, and you have to go back to being open and telling people. Like I asked them to be accountable to me. I opened up to them today because it's pretty fresh, what happened in my life, and I don't mean to take up the whole time of this,
No,
but
we
you know what
want
I'm
to
saying.
take up the whole
No,
time.
you're the guest.
It's
Go
just
ahead,
like-
feel free to talk.
And just like that's just where I was at, I was shooting myself down. I was sabotaging myself, and a lot of great things was happening in my life. And I told him, help me be accountable, like ask me, how am I doing? And I got to be open, like, hey, I feel like, I tell my wife now, like, I don't feel too good today, And she goes, well, what do I do? I said, no, I'm, when I get open, then it kind of leaves, But if I stay quiet and isolate, then the mind starts going,
That's an important thing, because sometimes Felipe will turn to me and say something that scares me.
There you go.
No, shut up. But it scares me. But I know now. I know now when you say something like, this morning I woke up and I felt like using, or I had a dream where I smoked crack last night, or whatever. You'll tell me that.
I start talking about it for a long
but
time.
For
I start talking about it for a long time. Like it's a piece of cake.
But for a second, yeah, you seem a little too excited about it, or something scares me when you say it. And
because it's different. Because we've been through the war, so we're like, oh yeah, I felt like this, and you're like.
And for me,
oh my God.
I'm just thinking,
like, hey, it's cool.
Okay, when is this next binge going to start?
Right.
And I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. But I try to be quiet now. I understand that right now. I understand now that you're just letting it out. Like you're saying. You're just releasing that. And then I don't need to do anything about it. I just need to listen to you.
What helps me right now about Wilson Alvarez is that. I never thought about that. The overconfidence.
Ramirez.
No, we're still
like
here.
Richard.
It says right here.
Ramirez.
Wilson Antonio Ramirez.
Yeah. You said Alvarez.
No, he didn't.
Let him go. He's doing great.
No.
I'm on the road, I guess.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Why do I say who the hell is Alvarez?
I don't know.
Who knows? Eh?
What were you saying? What helps you?
Overconfident?
Yeah.
Now
what helps you?
I'm not trying to figure out who's Alvarez. Anyways, so. Yeah, what really helped me was, Ramirez, when you said the overconfident. Mm-hmm. That right there is like
that's the pride.
Oh, man. That's when you get to the point when you're sober and then you're overconfident. That's when you want to go. You ask your father, or you ask your wife, or you ask whoever's helping you out. You know what? I'm gonna get into hiking now, and they buy you hiking shoes and a backpack, and then you saw that shit by the end of the day.
Yeah. You know what's funny? My friend, we went to my friend's house, and this is just after like a couple of things that happened. I'm cleaned up now. And I'm doing better, but he opened his front door just because he had to let somebody out, and the door said front door, right? So I was like, hey, we needed one of those in my house, so my wife knows when I'm leaving. And then everybody started telling jokes like chimney, like he's going through the chimney, like it was just funny, because you got to make jokes about that stuff because it's real. And like I said, like you and my wife, they have to deal with it, but they're there and they're in the fight with us,
Also, something good to know here that Hector Munoz noticed right here, coming from the background you have, Paul, and our background, we have a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder. Like, we actually we've seen shit. Like when you see a guy who just went to the Marines and he fought in Iraq. I mean, we didn't go out there, but we witnessed the same type of violence.
Yeah.
Like the shooting outside, you're like running outside and watching somebody get shot.
Yeah, I mean, you watched your friend die before he was 16.
We saw I saw a friend of mine get shot in front of me. I saw this guy get stabbed when I was 8, and I never dealt with it, because I'm not gonna say we're white, but we don't have the
support system.
We don't have the support system. Like maybe, do you ever have dreams that you're being shot at, or you're running, or You just drank a beer and then you regret it. Mm-hmm. See, I have those that's PTSD.
Yeah, you wake up all like,
I had one last night, man. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I didn't know what to do, man.
Yeah, it's like that. But yeah, the post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, I go to meetings.
You pray.
I have a sponsor that doesn't take any bull. Yeah, I get more open now. I don't isolate. I go to church, but I was living a double life still. I wouldn't tell everybody everything. Oh, I'm good. I wouldn't say I was good, but I'm like, I'm working it out because I knew I'd be lying by saying good to myself. So I would say I'm, little by little I'm getting there, So I didn't sound like, they always talk about that in church, like, oh, you always say you're good, but are you good? So I would say I'm working it out, So I talk to people. I try and get as open as possible to people that are going to listen, especially hitting meetings and then working the steps, which if you don't work the steps, then you're just doing homework assignments, right? That's what I heard in a meeting one day, and it stuck. And it's like, just got to go no matter what. My friends tell me, no matter what, you got to gangster that, they tell me. No matter what, you got to gangster that. He was mad. He was like, my homie was like, that's like a, he said it another way, but he was like, it's a girl move, like what you did, like. It's a girl
Bitch
move.
move.
Why? You know, like the hardcore ones tell you, like, yeah, it's a girl move, bro.
But at the same time, like Felipe, I mean, the culture you're coming from, not Latino culture, but the ghetto, the hood culture, that mentality. Talking about this stuff is taboo. Talking about your feelings,
Right.
talking about you know, a scary dream you had, talking about fear of, you know, falling off the wagon again or whatever it might be. That's
you're gay.
I mean, it's easy. It's hard to hold it in, but that's what you're taught to do about anything like that, about any sort of feelings.
I remember like I was like if something like just there I would see something sad, and like I'm trying to get sad. No llores, cabrón, pinche way.
Yeah.
Don't cry, cabrón.
Well, they would tell me, they would tell me,
Damn.
excuse me, they'd say, amárate los huevos.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you do that? Like, how do you, I don't know how to, I was like lost. I was like, man, I don't have it in me, you know what I'm saying? Just-
Yeah, and you think something's wrong with you for having this
Yeah.
tension in your brain. Like, how do I deal with this?
It was tough.
And then come the drugs and alcohol to quiet it down, you know? And it's too bad.
Yeah, that's true, man. I find myself too, like, you know, I'm a, like isolated sometimes, man. Like, but that's the best. I mean, when I was in rehab, isolation is the devil's playground.
It is.
Cause you have too many. You start thinking about so many stuff, huh?
Yeah, I give hugs now. I didn't used to hug. I'd go and sit down in the chair. You know, I would hug only who I knew, and if I didn't know,
Fucking Huggy Bear.
I'm still
yeah,
like
I'd get
that.
huggy bear on
hug
everybody.
anybody.
You have to hug people, and you have to get out of yourself.
Hug
You know,
him, Lisa.
because it's important, especially for your own spirituality. Because once I start isolating, then it's like you said, the devil's playground.
You're
and it
going
starts-
crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's Scruncho.
Shout out to
Scruncho.
Kuko Lakan Ramuri.
God damn.
Scruncho said the same thing. Like, all I needed was a hug. I was just a kid who needed a hug.
We had a
But
guy here named Scruncho. He's also
he
a
was
comedian.
a drug dealer and all
drug
that.
dealer.
He never used, but he was
opens
a
up for Mike
dealer.
Epps. He told this funny story about getting locked up for the first time, and he was in prison. No, he was in jail. He's a Crip, and he saw one of his homies. He was with the essays. So man, me and my homie, we tried to make it. We had a little meeting.
Just
and
the two of them.
The two of us, and he went to his side, went to my side, and they told we tried to get both sides together, the Mexicans and the blacks. And I said, so well, how they go, man? Oh man, the essays jumped me in. They let the blacks jump him.
Oh
My God.
Yeah, they didn't bring peace.
Getting ready for that gangster utopia.
Yeah, they thought they
Not
could make a
gonna
change.
happen.
Not gonna
Yeah.
happen. Man.
Threw that out there. That's hilarious.
That was hilarious, man. What happened? Oh, they let the essays jump the fuck out of me. And then they jump his ass.
So we just did messages to each other.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was funny, man, because when you were in sports as a kid,
Yeah, played ball,
when
played
you were a little
baseball.
boy, when you were a little boy, Paul, was there something you wanted to be besides the life that you had?
Shoot, Supreme Court judge, but I went way off that.
Fucking George! Hey, it's not too
sniper over
late,
here.
hey, pinche juez.
No, my uncle was the first Mexican Supreme Court judge in California,
What's his name?
Cruz Reynoso. So,
Cruz Reynoso. He's the one that went after those kids, the Orange County, because they didn't want to let the Latinos inside the class.
You know, I don't know. He's way up there. When Cesar Chavez was working in the fields, he was the one doing the laws. So he was the one in Sacramento getting the laws passed that helped, the Mexican, the Chicanos,
Wow.
So that was him, and there's movies about him, like Sowing the Seeds of Justice. So that's what I wanted to, but I went the other way,
Wow. And you?
I wanted to be a baseball star.
Me
you know.
too, bro.
I wanted
And
to
a
be.
rapper.
My brother actually got drafted by the Indians in 1990.
What's his
Oh,
name?
hell yeah.
Cesar Ramirez. No, he got drafted minor leagues, rookie ball, but he went to
Still,
college.
Man, he got the call, man.
Got the call, man. He got
The
you
call
know.
is exciting.
It is.
Manny
Yeah.
I always
Ramirez.
wanted to, like, besides, like, when I go to colleges, sometimes I would tell myself, man, I wish I would have went here for 4 years instead of doing what I did.
You can still go, dog.
Or hell no, I don't want to go now.
Spring break, dog.
You know, it's funny. I just wanted to go, but without no classes.
Right.
Dude, there was fools that would go to my college. They wouldn't even go to. They
called
wouldn't go
janitors,
to
bro.
Nah, they wouldn't go because those big old lecture halls. You can
Oh,
just sit
fool,
in,
what a
dog.
funny ass
Picking up
story.
chicks. That's all they would do.
In San Francisco, there's a big court building or a library with, I think, 70 steps that go all the way down, right? But there's a library, and it goes, people are reading up there, they're smoking weed, they're hanging out. And we have another comedian, Martin Moreno. He's from Wilmington, and we passed by those steps, He's from Wilmington, man. He's seen some bad shit too, from Wilmas, and then he saw those steps, and he goes, man, I just want to sit on those steps like those people would, and do what, bro? You're gonna read? Nah, I just want to sit. You can sit right now, stupid. But I know what he meant. I know what he meant. He want to be like them, like to just sit there and be normal,
Right.
without thinking about stuff. I go through a lot. That's why I love when I do my comedy. I love traveling. I love meeting people. I like to sit in places where no homie has ever sat at it. But then you ever get that too, Alvarez? Not Alvarez.
Alvarez.
What the fuck?
That's cool, eh?
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
You're thinking of Emilio.
I got the green light.
Emilio.
It's Emilio's name, Son of Anarchy.
But
Yeah.
you ever get that when you sit there and you go, you know
Marcus.
what? If my homie could just see this will change their lives.
Yeah.
So,
But we're
I'm sorry.
fortunate, eh? We're here.
So Paul,
Yes.
God bless.
you said you had this dream to be a Supreme Court justice,
I could see him, man.
What
Pinche
what
juez.
what would make
Give him
what
a gavel,
made you, and you didn't have a drug vice, that wasn't your thing. What made you attracted to the gang life? And how old were you when you started
I
getting
think like
involved in
junior
that?
high, you start seeing that, we had friends, we used to, play together and all that stuff and whatever, but then we started ditching and then you see in the hood, really what you see is the cops busting the older guys that you think are cool. They're dressed really nice, they have the nice cars. You see the cops busting them and they're like, you become anti-cop automatically.
Yeah.
And actually a lot of them are there to help us, but you become anti-cop. And then you see that, and then before you know, they're the enemy. These are the guys I want to hang with. Next thing you know, you're hanging out with them, and next thing you know, you get in that position as a gang member. You start recruiting, and that's what I did. I started recruiting, start recruiting people. And
So it's like a little bit of power, prestige, that sort of thing.
yeah,
that
it's
status-
a family too, though,
status
man.
that
And,
you- yeah.
and I ain't gonna lie, a lot of it was it's a fun life. I've still got people this day from the hood that are brothers. I consider them brothers. They're still my good friends, but just I've chosen another path, so hopefully they can follow.
Yeah.
And not only that, with the Kilroy movie, hopefully more people will follow.
Yeah, definitely.
When does the movie come out?
Yeah, we were shooting for late September, which is next month, but due to we had to fire an editor and get the new editors, which are 10 times better, and then so we're looking probably mid-October. So the decision's going to be made within the next 2 weeks.
Are you sitting there with an editor where they're editing hours?
Yeah, next week. Next week, yeah, I'll be sitting with them, starting.
Is it going to be released at a church? Can we go see it, or we have to be
well,
a member?
They're
well,
deciding
I'll
that
invite
now.
you guys to the premiere. We'll have a premiere.
They're deciding that they're talking to distribution and all that stuff right
Yeah,
now.
we're definitely gonna have a premiere, and we're definitely gonna show it in some churches, but some I think won't because of the subject matter. Even in the.
You guys involved with Victory Outreach?
No.
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 Okay.
I go to a Calvary Chapel.
Calvary. Okay.
Yeah, I go to Calvary Chapel.
That one was started in Whittier, right? By Whittier?
No, that
Downey?
that one was started in Costa Mesa.
Okay.
By Chuck Smith.
And that's what Kilroy followed
Chuck
as well.
Smith.
That's where he
Yeah.
went into first.
Kilroy started when he started at Calvary Chapel, and he'd been through Victory Outreach, and then I forget where he goes now. I think Living Word.
Victory
My
Outreach.
brother Angel, he's in Mexico now, but he was in rehab and Victory Outreach. He went to a lot of rehab, but Victory Outreach was the one that they kicked him out.
They kicked him out of Victory
Oh,
Outreach?
they kicked him out.
That's
They
pretty
were
bad.
going to jump him, bro. Because they were fasting, and everybody was not supposed to eat all day on Wednesday. And that fool, like when everybody was sleeping, he snuck out of the house and went to get a Big Mac, bro.
In Mexico?
Here in the United States. Here in the City of Commerce. And he ate it, bro. And then when they were selling chocolates, my brother was selling his chocolate and asking for tips, and was keeping the tips, bro, to buy regular food.
Oh my goodness.
My brother will find a scam anywhere. That's how addicts work.
Yeah.
And I don't care. Sometimes, man, how do you catch yourself from not running a scam? Because scams always come to you, like, I don't know how it is.
How do you stop thinking like a hustler, like a
stop
scam?
think-
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I was doing stand-up comedy, and I would run. Okay, I would tell myself I can't be doing this. Like only a couple of times, like the money was $200, and they had told me that I gotta pay these comedians. So I was like telling them, okay, like listen, man, I'm gonna give you $100 on paper, but you're gonna give me $65 back right now. And they would just say yes, no questions asked. But see, I knew that they were going to say yes because they're not part of the life. but I know I'm getting over on them. But I didn't see nothing wrong with it till later on. You know, my sobriety started catching up to my personality because I'm not running the steps. So I'm still being scandalous.
You're basically bullying those guys.
I'm still dry.
Yeah.
How did you get over like the person of the struggle that you went through?
The behavior.
I mean,
The behavior, you know.
Yeah.
Working the steps, right?
Well, I worked the steps in the beginning and I stopped. And when I stopped, I kept scheming. My character defect showed. And so now, as I'm reading, I see, and I'm only getting to step 1. I haven't even done it yet. But just the fact that what I see is I'm understanding everything the book's saying. Like, I don't read a lot. I read scripts, and that's a struggle sometimes. But actually opening the book, making myself read, because I don't feel I have another chance. Like, I really feel like I got to do it. So, like, when I read it and I see all this stuff going on that I'm doing, or I'll ask my wife for 20, and then, hey, I'll ask my son, hey, you got 10? And then I get 10, and I got 30 now. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just I gotta talk in love and in peace. It's just, I can't be doing things. I gotta limit my actions with everything. It's crazy.
Shout out to Mario Cruz. He said, "Give me something to draw."
I think there's plenty to draw already on this.
Bro, come
podcast.
on, man. There's plenty to draw, bro.
He started watching late though.
He could draw the whole day as a judge.
That's true.
He started watching late. He said he came in late.
Yeah.
I'm done. That's all I had.
Show's coming up.
September 11th, Riverside, and I'll be in Brea with Rodrigo Torres and the Homie Show after that show on September 5th. Hit me up at Rodrigo Torres Jr. at yahoo.mail for free passes. Yeah, man.
Where can people go to a webpage to support the movie?
Kilroy the Movie on Facebook right now.
Okay.
KilroyTheMovie.com will be up
right
in
now?
2 weeks, but Kilroy the Movie on Facebook, you can follow there. You can find everybody.
There's some videos there too that we'll share on your fan page too. But they have some videos, like you have a couple rap songs, right? Is there a trailer
with some
on
of the soundtrack.
Is there a trailer on there too?
The trailer's coming in
Okay,
August.
good. And we'll share
But
that too when it's out.
The thing cool about the movie too is we got a guy doing the score who worked on Wonder Woman, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah,
just
but-
we're trying to do it right with our minimal budget, and and I would really encourage anybody out there like looking into get movies is while everybody else, because SAG, when you get into SAG, don't get me wrong, they have the producers, they got a lot of go-to guys, and so I encourage everybody out there trying to make a movie. Rather than trying to chase investors, just start doing it.
Just do it, right?
Just do it. Start doing it.
What's the hustle, right? You did
and then
it.
you put it in there, but you sell it. It makes money. Then you can invest in another movie. Just start doing it while everybody else is chasing. Be the one who does it. That's what I would say.
This movie right here that people help you budget it, or that is something you were saving up?
No.
Investors?
It was ours. It was ours. Me and my executive co-producer. So. So my friend Pete Billinger, he's the one who helped write Black Klansman. He's my partner in the film.
Oh wow, he did.
Yeah, he got the
Sweet.
book.
Shout out to the
book.
Black Klansman. I want to see that movie, by the way.
Yeah, the book.
So he wrote the book.
Yeah, he helped put it together.
Okay.
And, yeah, so with Ron, and so he was the co-executive producer, so he funded most of it. So
That's nice.
thank God. But still, it's like I just encourage everybody to do it. Because everybody else is running around trying to for the same pot. Start doing it and get it on Netflix. Get it on.
That's how you did your comedy,
Everywhere
right?
else.
Yeah, we did it ourselves.
Yeah, we did the.
How about people say, "Oh man, these film schools are so expensive. It's only for white people." You can learn. Tell people they can learn on the internet. Just Google it. How do we make a movie?
No film school. It's
No, you don't need no
website.
film school, right?
No.
You just need the ganas and the heart to do something.
Just start doing it. Start editing on your computer.
You have a
Get a
phone.
free program. Exactly. And when I went to film school right here in East LA. East LA Skill Center. I already knew how to film. I already knew how to
You
do
go there
that.
to learn how to make flyers.
Exactly. No, but I'm just saying.
Lighter
Look,
shade of brown video, eh?
like I didn't learn a whole lot, but the
basics, right?
paper looks nice. The paper looks nice when you're going in to talk to an investor or somebody. The paper looks nice that you finished all these semesters of film school and you learned editing, you learned filming, you learned everything.
Lighting, right?
East LA Skill Center, that's the one by the General Hospital or the one by the courtroom?
By Lincoln Park.
Okay, I know where that one is.
Yeah, Lincoln Park.
I went there once, man, and that if you want to go there for a carpenter, plumber,
Exactly.
bro, how did you find film school in that skill center?
It's in there somewhere.
You do it by
It's in
yourself,
there.
huh?
It's in there, dude. I just
He
Googled,
started
man.
the department.
But the
You,
thing is,
Kristen
you don't.
Sesma?
But the thing is, you don't learn as much in those classroom settings as you do just doing it. I think that's
Yeah.
what he's saying.
And
Like,
there's a website. There's a website called No Film School. go to that a lot. You know, everything's on there.
From El Mariachi has a book too, right?
Yeah, it's
Robert
like an
Rodriguez?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anti-film school sort of
And
book.
what's up with Kilroy? What's he doing these days?
He was supposed to be here, but he was in Africa.
He broke his hip, I think, right?
No, he
his
was
knee.
actually
Both
doing a
hips.
missionary trip for a month long. He gets to Africa. Now he's 80 years old, mind you. He gets to Africa, falls on the third day, breaks his knee, bro.
his knee.
Now, Kilroy was a racist, bro. He used to hate black people, bro.
That's a
but
true
God
answer.
changed his life. God changed his life. But so the third day there, rather than he should have came home, dude. He should have came home. But what happened? He was in so much pain. He just said, I'm gonna stick it out. So he broke his knee, stuck it out the rest of the time for the love of the people from Africa. He stayed there and came back, and now he's recovering. And because of that, he's still laid up, basically. If
He
would've
got an
came back, he
infection,
would've been
right, or
healed.
something like
Yeah,
that,
it
because he didn't
infected.
take care of it.
They had to re-break it, right?
Yeah, so then that messed up his other hip.
So he was doing missionary work over there,
Yeah,
preaching
Africa.
and making houses.
The prisons.
No,
over
just
there.
preaching,
Preaching?
The word?
preaching and helping, like giving. You know, I think it's sheep or chickens. They give that. That's a big thing to give to them, and buying
Wow.
stuff. So
I think this guy Paul wants to ask you what video editing software would you recommend for a beginner to use, because something like Adobe Premiere has a huge learning curve.
iMovie.
you know what? I would.
Practice editing on your phone first.
Okay, well, it depends on what computer he has. If he wants the easiest
Final
one,
Cut or-
the easiest one's Final Cut.
Yeah,
Final
Final
Cut.
Cut.
You have
Final
to have
Cut Pro.
Apple, right? You have to have a Mac. But I use Adobe Premiere, and then there's another one
That's the
called.
one he's having a hard time learning.
Yeah, but that's the one to stick with, man. And then the other one is the one from Japan that's really good. It's Cyberlink Power Director. But if you
You
put
can
all
do that
your,
one on your phone too.
if you put all your time to doing Cyberlink Power Director, though, later on, like when you start doing Hollywood stuff, you're gonna need Premiere.
Yeah.
So you might as well learn Premiere or Final Cut now, and I prefer Premiere.
Okay, there you have it, Brandon.
Oh, by the way, Avid has a free one. You could download a free editing software from Avid, too. That's pretty good.
And
that's-
Avid is used by professionals too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope.
Was you gonna get shout outs?
Yeah, man. Shout outs to Laredo and
Oh yeah, shout out
Lubbock,
to
dude.
that restaurant in Laredo, Quinto Sol vegetarian restaurant. Man, some good vegetarian.
Oh, it was
Mexican
bomb,
food,
dude. It was really good, dude.
Vegan, we're vegan, man. I'm vegan. People don't believe me because I'm so big. They say, "What the hell you eat crops?"
I want to give a shout out, one shout out. I forgot the list of other shout outs, but this is to, what is his name? Alex Marin.
Oh.
From Boyle Heights.
Shout out to Mariner from Hilo in Hawaii. His
I wasn't
phone
finished.
just. Oh, sorry, babe.
No, I wanted to say
His
this
jokes
is.
his phone just came back on. Go ahead.
No, I said give a shout out to Alex Marin from this girl Vero Susi,
The big fan.
who is, I guess, I don't know if she's his girlfriend, but she loves him and wants him to know how much she loves him and all that stuff. So asked him to
Wait,
give a
Arlo
shout
Bo
out.
now?
No,
No.
I don't know. She just
Party
requested that.
boy
So
and sad
What's his
boy.
name?
Alex Marin from
Alex Marin,
Boyle
what's
Heights.
up, fool?
Hey, can I
Okay.
give one shout out?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to
Bring him up, bro. Bring him over here. Let me see
Paul
him.
Espinoza.
Yeah,
He's an
Morris.
actor. He's an actor. He's in Kilroy too.
I've seen him in stuff before.
He's
What's
Hey, what's up?
he plays.
fool?
Tell him who you play in the movie.
What's that? Pretty boy?
Who do you play?
Pretty boy, right? Yeah.
Richard Resendez.
Diablo.
Baby
Yeah.
boy.
I was just a background, but I got booked and thrown in my cell.
Hey, bro, that's how you get in, man.
Yeah. That's how you get in.
They-
Yeah. I got me a place in that. little
You been on
prison
other
scene.
stuff before, though?
Little things. Well, actually, I was in. I played a small part as a cartel leader in Peppermint.
Peppermint?
It's gonna be coming out, I think, on the 7th, I believe.
Jennifer Garner, right?
Yeah, if it didn't get edited out, but you know,
You never know,
you
man.
never know. But hopefully, yeah, I show up on that movie.
You grew up also in L.A.?
LA County in San Gabriel Valley.
Oh, yeah?
La Puente,
La Puente by the hop, people.
by the
By
hot.
the hop.
The
Remember?
Red Bull.
The hops
Boca del Rio.
I used to love the hop.
Dealership now.
That's the only place where you can hook up on a mom and a daughter.
It's true. Peppers. Remember peppers?
Peppers! Damn, you're old school.
Red onion.
Red onion, damn.
Oh,
Just Willie, bro.
Red onion,
his,
bro.
his eyes came
That's
up. and he
where,
was like,
that's where I cut. That's where I learned my chops, bro.
oh,
There was a red onion and the jungle something over there.
Old schoolers.
Oh man, red onion. There used to be another one, man. They used to have one in downtown by the Bonaventure Hotel, and they have one in La Puente. We call Galaxia or or Galaxy or something like that,
I
man.
don't remember that one.
'Cause I'm old school, right to party at the CSO right there on First Street.
No.
And Don Quixote, Señor Papa, Don Quixote,
Man, Don Quixote also.
Mr. Jason Almonte. I used to, when I used to go out, bro, I had it all planned out, bro. Tuesday nights,
planned out, dog.
I used to go for 2-for-1 drinks at Quiet Cannon. Wednesday nights, I used to go to the Riviera, I think, or somewhere. No. I don't forget where I went on Thursdays. But Thursdays, I went back to Quiet Cannon 2-for-1. Fridays, I would go to Caddies over there on Friday nights, Caddies. And Saturday nights, I used to go to the Riviera right there in Santa Monica. You gotta make sure when you get there, man, not to go in the wrong door because the other door is all gay and transvestites. But the other part is Mexicanos, Salvadorians, fucking salsa, and a taco truck.
So what? How many drinks do you think you drink on a 2-for-1 night?
I wasn't
Oh, you weren't drinking that time. You just wanted to go on a pickup, or
I used
what?
to go there with BB, my friend Ruben Hardigy, and that
Pickup
fool was
chick?
cheap, bro.
Oh.
He's like Costanza.
Oh, he's so cheap.
Okay, man. This is how cheap he was. We will get there to Quiet Cannons at 8. People didn't get there till 11 or 10. People are still golfing when we get there.
4.
We were there because we didn't want to pay to get in, man. We were there to scam on chicks, man.
Tight dog. Shout out to Rach_1355 show in Lubbock that came out, and also Peter Batras from Eagle Pass, Texas, man. That was in.
What's up, fool? Shout out to Alex DeLarge. He helped us out on the Mezcalito video with his Impala, and I took Lisa cruising around the block.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
What's
I was
up?
afraid we were going to
fool?
crash it.
Where can they find the movie when it comes out? On what webpage?
Kilroy the movie on Facebook.
Kilroy the movie on Facebook. That was a K, people.
KIL.
And you're on Instagram. I know that. We follow each other.
Instagram or actor Wilson Ramirez.
And San Gabriel, where we can find you at?
P. Espinosa.
P. Espinosa, man. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. Thank you for being on our show, man. And
Thank
we're
you
going
for
to promote
having
the
us.
movie when it comes out.
We'll have you
What's
at that
up,
thing.
Rodrigo?
Chilling, dog.
All right, man.
Looking
You're
forward
a
to it.
shot caller now.
Órale.
Right on. All right, fool. Hell yeah.
Bye-bye.
We're off.